What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. My name is Kevin, and in this video I want to give you guys some helpful tips to make sure that you give your best at your high school tryouts. I want to let you guys know that I've played at almost every single level of soccer here in the US. Started playing rec soccer, started playing Classic 2, Premier 1, MRL, NPL, Development Academy, and I played ODP, NCAA Division 1, semi-pro. So I've had to always go to tryouts and step up and make good impression on coaches to get on the team that I want to be on. So that is something that I have a lot of experience with. So I want to give you guys my tips, and I'm going to share you guys my tryout experiences towards the end of the video, and the one tryout that I didn't make, where I didn't make the team that I want to get on. Number one thing I want to say is, hey, translate your nerves to excitement. That's what all the best athletes do. So I've been watching a lot of interviews for the Premier League season that's coming up, and the new managers and the new players, and they always ask them, are you nervous for this? How do you feel? And they will usually say, no, I'm not nervous, I'm excited. I'm excited. That's how elite athletes think. They think, hey, I'm excited. If you think about it, it's the same exact physiological response. What do you do when you're nervous? Your heart will start racing, you will think about the future, and your hands will get sweaty or whatever. What do you do when you're excited? Your heart starts racing, you think about the future, and you think about what's going to happen. So it's all about how you interpret it in your mind. You gotta translate your nerves to excitement. It's the same exact physiological response. You just gotta tell yourself, hey, I'm excited for this opportunity. No matter what happens, I'm excited to do it. You cannot be worried and focus at the same time. Your mind can only focus on one thing at a time. So either you're nervous and you focus on like all the things that could go wrong and all the things that you haven't prepared with and all the things you still need to do, or if you need to make the beat test score or the fitness test or the mile time. Either you're focused on that, or you're just focused on doing whatever it takes. Either you're focused on a coach watching you, or you're focused on like just giving your very best. But your mind cannot go focus on two things at a time. You're just gonna keep switching back and forth between those two things because your mind can only be focused on one thing. So I would say don't worry so much about what coach is thinking, what your teammates are thinking. Obviously you wanna make a good impression and you wanna be a good teammate, but focus on what you need to do. Don't focus so much about the consequences or what you need to do or what you should have done before or what's gonna happen in the future. Just focus on the present and focus on giving your very best. The next thing is make sure that you have good self-talk. Always have positive affirmation. Focus on what you're good at. Don't have that, oh, I'm probably not gonna make it, they're probably not looking at me anyways, all the other players are favorites or whatever. Make sure that you tell yourself, hey, you know, I've been working hard, I'm a good player, I'm good at this, I'm good at that, I've been doing the right things. Make sure good players always have positive self-talk. They're not doubting themselves all the time. So make sure that you do that. Don't be self-absorbed. A lot of players are going through tryouts thinking that every single person is just watching them and no one else. That is not true at all. If you think about it, all the other players there are just focused on themselves and they all focus on making a team. A coach is focused on like 60 different players or whatever. So there's no spotlight on you. Stop worrying about that. Just focus on being a good player and giving it all you got. One thing I always like to say, and that really helped me through our tryouts, is I always went to the coach, always give him a firm handshake, got to know him a little bit, got to know the other players, just showing that I wasn't scared, showing that I was there, I was ready to play. So that's one thing I highly recommend. Get the tryouts early, 30 minutes early, get to know the other guys, get to know the coach, have some swagger, the way you walk. If you see players showing up at the tryouts and they're all scared, they're all wilted, they all look like someone is about to kill them or something like that, you probably look at that guy and be like, what's wrong with him? So make sure that you show up there, you have some swagger. Doesn't mean that you're gonna be cocky, right? But you're gonna have that swagger like, hey, I believe in myself as a player and I'm ready to go. That's very inspiring for your teammates. Coaches love to see that. I know I'm gonna be coaching a high school team coming up this fall, and tomorrow at tryouts, hey, I'm gonna be looking for the guys that like are not scared, are ready to play. Don't worry about all the other external stuff. I know a lot of players told me that they have to run mile and get their mile time under 6 minutes and this and that. Honestly, I would say that would help for sure if you do really well, and it would probably hurt you a little bit if you do terrible, but obviously push yourself, but just know that like I as a coach, I'm not gonna make a crazy decision just based on like, oh my goodness, this kid has this beep time score, he was one level more or less than the other guy. So I'm never, as a coach, and a lot of coaches I know are not gonna, that's not gonna be a complete deal breaker, right? If someone is fit enough and has a skill and the right mentality, that's okay. So I wouldn't put too much focus on like those fitness scores or whatever. You want to be as fit as you can, but that's not gonna kill you. So that is it for this idea of like translating nerves to excitement. Really like have the right frame of mind, right mindset heading into this tryout. The second big idea is, hey, at the end of the day, if you think about it, you need to be so good that they cannot ignore you. Coaches want to win. They want players that are going to help the team win or just help the team be a better team. That's going to be the right fit. It's not personal. It's not that they don't like you or whatever. They're just looking for someone who's going to add value to the team. So really go out there with the intention of, hey, how much value can I bring to the team? If you're forward, can you show that you can score goals? Can you show that you can hold the ball? Can you show that you can make dangerous runs? Right? Can you basically do everything that a team needs a forward to do? Can you be aggressive, win 50-50s? Even as a forward, can you go back and clear corners out of your box? Can you get some headers? Can you win fouls? Can you win corners for your teams? So do all the things that a forward needs to do. If you're midfielders, right? Can you secure the ball for your team? Can you help your teammates get out of pressure? Right? Can you make late runs into the box? Can you play through balls to the forward? Can you connect the game? Can you go box to box and defend? Right? If you're a defender, can you make sure that you communicate well, that your positioning is good, that you're winning 50-50, that you're winning balls for your team? As I mentioned earlier, a great thing to do would be to get to tryouts early, talk to your coach, maybe find out what he needs from a player in your position. That way you can have an idea of what you can really showcase when you're out there on the field. I would still recommend that you make sure that you play to your strengths. If you're someone who's really good at passing, don't all of a sudden go out there and feel like you need to take on 1 or 2 or 3 defenders. Make sure that you really show how good you are at passing. If you're someone who can beat players one-on-one, make sure that you do that. Showcase how good you are at beating players one-on-ones. If you're someone who's very aggressive, make sure that you show that out there. So definitely make sure that you let your strengths show, but also show that you can give the coach what he's looking for a player in your position. Coaches are looking for players that make good decisions and have a pretty good speed of play. So if there's a player that is wide open in a much better position than you, don't try to dribble 2 or 3 guys. Make sure that you make the pass. If there's a player that's making a run for a through ball, make sure that you don't play the ball behind him because that slows them down. Make sure that you keep the ball, you're not giving the ball away every other time. Doesn't mean that you have to be perfect, but once again, coaches are looking for players that are going to add value to the team, that is going to help the team improve. So show that you're a player that can help the team improve. Make sure that you're positive out there. Make sure that you're a leader, that you communicate in a positive way. Doesn't mean that you have to be wishy-washy, haha, good job, hi. But hey, like, you can be positive but still kind of tough on your teammate, like let's go. But also when they do something good, like hey, well done, get on them. If they do something bad, hey, come on, pick it up, let's go. But as a coach, I love to see a player who's a leader, who's going to like get his teammates going, because that means that I have to like talk less. That means that I have leaders on the field that are going to be out there and picking their teammates up. So that's one thing that's really going to make a good impression. Me personally as a coach, and I know for a lot of other coaches, I would much rather take a player who's a great leader, has a great attitude, who's positive, who I know is going to give me 100%, and is talented enough, is good enough that he's not going to get killed, then have a player who's pretty good but has a really crappy mentality, walks when he loses the ball, doesn't really try hard, is really negative to his teammates. So I would tell you 99% of coaches out there would exchange a little bit more talent for a player that has a great attitude, especially if it's a player who has a pretty crappy attitude. We all know that one teammate that goes around yelling at everyone, thinking he's everything. So coaches definitely are not a big fan. Some coaches will deal with that, take those players on the team and end up regretting it. I know as a coach, I'm not gonna deal with that, because I'm pretty confident in the other players that I have and in my abilities as a coach, that I don't need someone just because he's a little bit better, but it's gonna be a bad teammate. So that's definitely the advice I would give you. Make sure that you're positive. Make sure that you're a leader in a positive way. Doesn't mean that you're bossy and you tell everyone what to do, but you're a leader in a way that you're doing a good job yourself and you're picking other guys up to do a good job. The last thing I want to say, and the final big idea here is like, listen, this tryout would not mean anything. Most likely would not mean anything in 5 years from now. I want to tell you about the one tryout that I didn't make, and that was my freshman year of high school. I was trying out. I didn't know what team I was trying out for. I was just trying out, and I know I was trying out for at least the JV team. I didn't want to just be on the freshman team, so I got put on the freshman team, and I was very disappointed because I thought I was better, but it was what it was. And you know, I went through with it, very hurt, but the following year I came back and I made my varsity team. I don't think anyone in the program had ever done that, or maybe like only one or two people. And guess what? All the other players that were in my freshman class that made the JV or varsity team end up going a lot further than they did in soccer. And I think that not making the team was a big part of it, because I used that to fuel me. I used that to really push me to work hard the following year, the following summer, to really do well. And the following summer, I made the team that was ranked number 2 in the state for my age. I made the ODP state team, and I ended up going to regionals. But it was that freshman tryout that really fueled me to really show, hey, like, man, I'm better than this, and I want to make sure that next year I come back and like I give no choice for the coach but to pick me. That if he says no to me, that man, like, he's gonna miss out on me. So that was a big reason that helped me end up being successful in soccer in general. And I went on to play in college, played Division I, played against U of M, played against Kentucky, played against some of the best teams in the country, and against some of the best players. So I want to let you know that if you don't make your team, or you don't get on a team that you want to be on, or whatever happens, there's a good chance that it won't matter. It won't make a difference. No one cares that I played freshman soccer. No, most people don't even know. So it's okay. Don't feel so nervous about tryouts. Just be excited. Give it all you got. Go crush it, and enjoy. Hope you guys found this video helpful. I know I kind of went all over the place. I'm still new to making these videos, but I want to make helpful content for you guys. I know I'm used to making vlogs and stuff like that, but I want to start bringing content that bring you guys value, that actually help you out as players. And I know a lot of you guys can relate to me out there. But yeah, one thing I want to say, every other tryout that I've ever kind of gone to, I usually made the team because I did all this stuff. You know, I was very confident going to tryout. I just believed in myself. I just prepared myself. I worked hard before tryouts. I got a good night of sleep. And I didn't really worry too much. You know, I wasn't like looking at the coach if the coach was like looking at me if I did something good. I was just worried about crushing it, giving all I got, showing my strengths, and that really helped me. So I hope that you do the same for your tryouts. And if they don't go well, remember, use it as fuel to get better, even for the next tryouts, and to do well in the future. Alright, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos. I'll see you guys next time.